The American criminal justice system is broken. It's not a system built on rehabilitation or redemption. Instead, it's a system focused on punishment, warehousing people in overcrowded prisons, often for nonviolent offenses. We lock people up, throw away the key, and pretend they don't exist. But these are human beings, and their stories deserve to be heard. We need to face a hard truth. Cages don't fix us. They don't address the root causes of crime. They don't make our communities safer. Instead, they perpetuate a cycle of poverty, violence, and despair. This essay is a call to action. We need urgent, systemic prison reform. We need to invest in rehabilitation, address racial disparities, and break the cycle of mass incarceration. The time for talk is over. The time for action is now. We can create a justice system that is truly just, a system that values human dignity and offers second chances. But we need to act, and we need to act now. One of the most pressing issues plaguing our prisons is overcrowding. The United States has the highest incarceration rate in the world. We imprison more people per capita than any other developed nation. Our prisons are bursting at the seams, filled with people serving lengthy sentences for nonviolent drug offenses. The consequences of this overcrowding are dire. It leads to increased violence, inadequate health care, and a severe strain on resources. The lack of space and resources creates a breeding ground for tension and despair. It makes it impossible to provide adequate rehabilitation programs. We can't keep cramming people into overcrowded prisons and expect anything to change. We need to reduce our prison populations and invest in alternatives to incarceration. The criminal justice system is marred by deep-seated racial bias. People of color, particularly Black and brown Americans, are disproportionately represented in our prisons. This is not a coincidence. It's a result of systemic racism that permeates every level of the justice system. From racial profiling to discriminatory sentencing practices, the system is rigged against communities of color. Black men are 6 times more likely to be incarcerated than white men. This racial disparity is a national disgrace. We can't address mass incarceration without confronting the issue of race. We need to dismantle the structures of systemic racism that fuel this crisis. This requires reforming policing practices, eliminating discriminatory sentencing guidelines, and investing in communities of color. Our current prison system is fixated on punishment rather than rehabilitation. We warehouse people for years, often decades, without providing them with the tools they need to turn their lives around. This approach is not only inhumane, it's counterproductive. We need to shift our focus from punishment to rehabilitation. This means providing prisoners with access to education, job training, mental health services, and substance abuse treatment. These programs have been proven to reduce recidivism rates and help people successfully reintegrate into society. Investing in rehabilitation is not about being soft on crime. It's about being smart on crime. It's about breaking the cycle of incarceration and creating a safer, more just society for everyone. Section 5. Trapped in a cycle. The problem of recidivism. The United States has an alarmingly high recidivism rate. Within 3 years of release, 2/3 of former prisoners are rearrested. This revolving door of incarceration is a testament to the failure of our current system. We release people back into society, without adequate support, often with a criminal record that makes it nearly impossible to find housing or employment. It's no wonder so many end up back behind bars. We need to break this cycle by providing formerly incarcerated individuals with the resources they need to rebuild their lives. This includes access to housing, job training, mental health services, and support networks. Section 6. Human rights behind bars, but not forgotten. The treatment of prisoners in the United States often falls short of basic human rights standards. Overcrowding, inadequate health care, and solitary confinement are just some of the issues that raise serious human rights concerns. Every person, regardless of their past mistakes, deserves to be treated with dignity and respect. We must remember that prisoners are human beings, and their rights should not be stripped away simply because they're incarcerated. We need to ensure that prisons are safe and humane environments. We need to end the use of solitary confinement, improve access to health care, and hold correctional officers accountable for abuse. Section 7. A glimpse of hope. Successful reform models. While the United States struggles with mass incarceration, other countries have implemented successful prison reform models that prioritize rehabilitation and reduce recidivism rates. Countries like Norway, Germany, and the Netherlands have shown that a different approach is possible. These countries focus on restorative justice, providing prisoners with support and opportunities for reintegration. They emphasize education, job training, and therapeutic programs. As a result, their recidivism rates are significantly lower than those in the United States. We can learn from these models and adapt their strategies to the American context. We need to be open to new ideas and willing to invest in programs that have been proven to work. Section 8. The economic burden. A system that costs too much. Mass incarceration is not only a moral crisis, it's an economic one. The United States spends billions of dollars each year on its prison system. This is money that could be better spent on education, health care, and other social programs. The economic costs of incarceration extend far beyond prison walls. When people are incarcerated, they are often unable to contribute to the economy. They lose their jobs, their families suffer, and their communities are deprived of their talents. Investing in rehabilitation and alternatives to incarceration is not only the right thing to do, it's the fiscally responsible thing to do. We need to redirect our resources towards programs that actually make our communities safer and stronger. Section 9. Conclusion. A call for justice, a call for change. The need for prison reform is urgent and undeniable. Our current system is broken, inhumane, and counterproductive. It's time to stop relying on outdated approaches and embrace a new vision of justice. We need to invest in rehabilitation, address racial disparities, reduce overcrowding, and uphold the human rights of all people, including those behind bars. This is not just about changing our prisons, it's about changing our society. Let us answer the call for justice with courage and compassion. Let us work together to create a system that values human dignity, promotes rehabilitation, and creates a safer, more just society for all. The time for change is now.